Hey friends, welcome back. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. Super glad to have you. I hope everyone enjoys the video. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. Today we're going to make some Christmas tree shaker cards. I've already got one template, well not template, one all set up there. You can see all my layers, but I'll quickly go through the steps just in case you've never made one before. So the first thing you need is the base of your card. So mine's right there. It is 10.25 inches by 7 inches. I have a 7-inch score line put in there. I'll show you real quick how to do that just in case you've never made a card. So we got all these lovely new shapes from Cricut. So at the top we're going to unlock and go 10.25 for width, 7 inches for height. Change that to white. We're going to go back into shapes, pull out the top line. Right now it is saying it's a score line. It looks like a cut line, but it is a score line. We'll make that 7 inches. Highlight both the base of the card and the score line and click Align Center. And then at the bottom right, click Attach. So there's our main part of the card. So now we need a couple layers. So I've got this black layer here. I've measured it out, as you can see on the screen there, to be just slightly smaller. So figure out what measurement's going to work for you. I'm going to duplicate mine for my next card that we're making. And this is the acetate paper. So we're not doing anything other than cutting this out. I'm going to make a second duplicate. I'm going to change this color. Let's do red. Do that red there. And now we want to get a Christmas tree. So we'll go into images. I have one in mind that I want to use. It's called Christmas Tree Icon. That's how you search it. Design Space has been acting up. I tend to say that a lot because it always seems to be acting up. But you can see on the top layer here, there's some cute Christmas trees. I like the very first one. And again, it's just called Christmas Tree Icon. We're going to insert that. We're going to size it. I'm going to make it about the same size as the other tree cutout that I have. Oh, we go a little bigger. There we go. So I'm going to get it where I want. Highlight both. Align center horizontally. You don't want align center because that's going to center it in the card. Highlight both of them, and we're going to, at the bottom, slice. Let's give that a second. There it goes. So get rid of the tree, get rid of the cutout layer, and now we have our second front. This font that I have here is a Christmas font. It is a Cricut Systems font. I've already welded it and stuff, so that's why it's not showing the font up top, but I am going to duplicate it. We'll change the color. Do a yellow on that one. And I'm going to have to resize this a bit. I didn't have my tree down far enough. So we'll make this a bit smaller. There we go. I'm going to get everything cut out. I'm going to use white paper for the base of the card, the acetate paper, and then colored cardstock for the front piece of paper. And then the Merry Christmas. I think I'm going to cut one out in vinyl and one out in glitter HTV, and we will put them together. Let's start building these shaker cards. So I've got glitter HTV that I'm going to put on this one, and then Oracle blue vinyl is going to go on that one. So we'll start with the HTV. Just going to use my small pad. Get this lined up. So it's supposed to be about 25 seconds or so on the lowest setting. I found that it takes a little longer than that. Oh, that's no good. Okay, so the brown one, I'm just going to recut. I'll put that one together off camera, so we've got both. I might switch it up too. The gold kind of didn't look as good as I thought it would. But we're going to make the white, silver, and blue one. So I've got both Tombow glue with the fine tip and my tape runner. So I'm going to glue up kind of around the tree, just so it doesn't pop up anywhere. Press that down. Now we're going to let this dry for a little bit because we don't want it to move while we're putting the foam tape on. Time to add the foam tape. So I've got two widths. They're the same depth. So whenever you're using different sizes, make sure that they're the same width or it might feel a little lopsided, but we'll quickly get this done up. I'll put this in fast mode for you because it can be boring. Okay, now for the fun part, getting your shaker bits in there. This I picked up from the Dollar Tree. I just put it into a little sandwich bag here, one of the Glad ones, just because the original bag actually broke. It was that harder plastic. So I can see where my tree is going to be. So we're just going to add our shaker bits to that area. You don't want to overfill it, but you don't want to underfill it. It's a hard medium to figure it out. I got a cat at the door trying to get in. He wants to craft with me as well. Doesn't understand why sometimes he's not allowed in. I'm going to leave it at that amount and hopefully we get some good shakeage. All right, let's line this up. You got to make sure you press down on all the tape before you give it a shake. See, it's all bunched up in the center, so I'm going to shake that loose and we'll look at the final two cards. So there are the two cards. I ended up going with the red glitter HTV on this one. The insert shaker bits, they are parts of mistletoe. So I know I'm not 100% going with the tree, but it's got some nice shake to it. And then I know it's hard to see, but inside this one, it's actually white and blue snowflakes. So they're jamming up in there a bit, but they're still shaking around. So I think they have turned out beautiful. So thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate you. Until next time.